Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, the Hack Scout from NYC Razor here, and today we are back with week 6 of season 6 of the MPO. This week we are going up against one of my good friends, Toge, and the Arizona Carvanhas. Now, getting into this match, Toge's team against mine is probably one of the worst matchups I've ever had going into any one of my battles this season. He has Mega Venusaur, he has Clefable, which completely wall almost all of my mons. He has Seismitoad, which helps wall my Tapu Koko. He has Thunderous T, which walls all my Volt spam with Volt Absorb. And he just has sweepers like Weavile, which completely run through my team. And this is really honestly a very, very, very scary matchup. But we do need a win, so I did try to come up my best with any sets that I could try to make to help with the great disadvantage that we're at. So getting into the team. Also, disclaimer on the names. I did this mostly to slightly trigger Toge. I do not agree. Me personally, I do not agree with any of the people on this list or their standpoints on politics, whatever. But we must trigger Toge in some way, shape, or form. So going into this, we have Mike Pence, the Tapu Koko. Oh God, what have I done? But we got Mike Pence, the Tapu Koko here, and basically this Tapu Koko is for the Mega Venusaur with the Flying EMZ Brave Bird. And then we got the basic HP Grass for the Seismitoad and Dazzling Gleam Thunderbolt for everything else. Only very bad downside to the set is I completely cannot touch Thunderous T, and I would expect that he would probably have maybe something like a Chardy or a Yachi if he expected something like that from me on his Thunderous T. Then going into the next mod, we got Rex Tillerson, the Garchomp. Rex, Garchomp, T-Rex, ha ha ha. Yachi Berry Chomp, because I can live a HP Ice from Thunderous T with this Garchomp set and be able to kill with his Stone Edge. And we also got Stealth Rock set up the Hazard. Hazard is really good, especially for Thunderous T, for the Weavile. If it's Focus Sash, it's really nice. He does have Tentacruel on his team, so he could potentially bring in Spin away, but I think my team does enough to very much stop Tentacruel from coming. Then we got Ironhead for the Clefable. I do expect him to be Berry, but if we can get a flinch after Berry activates, it's actually really good for us. And that's pretty much it. Max speed, max attack, that's pretty much all we need. Because we can 100% live 1 HP Ice from a Thunderous T and then kill with Stone Edge, so that's and we even outspeed with max speed, so it's definitely the best way to get that huge threat out of the way. Now we have Jeff Sessions, the Alakazam, Focus Sash with Psyshock, Shadow Ball, HP Fighting, and Encore. Now, HP Fighting over Dazzling Gleam on this because he does have Mega Venusaur, he does have Bronzong. He does have a lot of things that can take Fairy-type moves, and HP Fighting in general just does more to Weavile. We have Encore for the Clefable or anything if it wants to try to set up or go for any sort of non-attacking move on the Alakazam. Psyshock and Shadow Ball mostly for the Thunderous T and the Bronzong, Psyshock for everything else. Now we have Betsy DeVos, the Choice Specs Heliolisk, Hyper Voice, Dark Pulse, U-Turn, Thunderbolt, U-Turn because he does have the Seismitoad and the Thunderous T, and the Venusaur to an extent, but Choice Specs Hyper Voice pretty much destroys everything on his team, barring the Bronzong, because Bronzong is Steel type. It does resist, but it does 2-hit KO a non-specially defensive Mega Venusaur, I believe, so that's actually really good. I expect him to be specially defensive, but it could happen. He could bring Fizz, though. Then we have Ryan Zink the Crobat. This is more of a bulky bat. I have enough speed to outspeed Weavile with Brave Bird for the Mega Venusaur. And then Defog, Roost, and Haze. Haze mostly for the Clef if it wants to set up. Defog for any hazards. And Roost just to get back some nice HP. Have some defense investment on this because he does have a Lucario. And Lucario to the team does a lot. So this is pretty much our CC check. And then finally, Choice Scarf, Manchow, James Mattis. High Jump Kick, U-Turn, Knockoff, and Stonage. This time I am Reckless because Reckless does a lot more to his team than Regenerator does. So it's definitely a lot more useful. And that's pretty much it. That's the team. Really hoping we can get a win this week. See you when we guys get into the battle. Alright guys, here we are back with the battle. Once again, we are playing our good friend Toge, the coach of the Arizona Carvanhas. This is week 6 of Season 6 of the MPL. And going into the team matchup, he pretty much brought everything I expected. Seismitoad was missing, but I kind of did figure they wouldn't bring it. Bronzong was a little meh for me. It was pretty much between that and Seismitoad. Everything else, Staraptor also could have been interchanged with the Lucario, but I can definitely see why he did bring the Staraptor. He does have the Thunderous Tea, the Clef, the Mega Venusaur, and the Weavile, just as I expected. Honestly, for this match, if we can get Thunderous Tea out of the way, we can probably win. And that's because Thunderous Tea is pretty much the biggest check that he has to me on this team. Mega Venusaur, I can deal with pretty decently with what I have, but Thunderous Tea is definitely the hardest thing on the field to get rid of for me. So, getting into the first turn, I'm going to lead with James Mattis because that's just a very safe lead. He's going to lead with the Bronzong. I'm just going to U-turn out as he's most likely going to go for Stealth Rocks. I'm going to go straight into Helios here. I'm just going to go for a Dark Pulse. I want to see what he's going to do. And he actually stays in. He takes a Dark Pulse and he goes for Psychic. That does not much. Helios does have some decent special bulk, but here I'm just going to switch straight out into my Garchomp, expecting that he does go into probably the Weavile or Venusaur here. He actually did switch. I just went straight for an Iron Head because I thought he would expect me to switch. So, or I can bluff the Scarf. And now this actually right here is there's no sugarcoating anything in this match. That was the deciding fact of the game right there. This Stone Edge miss. Because as you're going to see, Thunderous Tea is going to be able to do a lot late game that with the Stone Edge being able to hit it, it would have never been able to do these things. And I would have been in a much better position. I would have had a lot better momentum in this game. I did find out that after the game he was HP invested, but that did not, I ran the calc, it did not matter. I believe even if it was a roll, it was in my favor. But it definitely would have died and would have put me in a much better position because I basically he would have lost the biggest wall and threat to my team. Besides the Mega Venusaur and the Clef. So this Stone Edge miss for me was just very detrimental. As you can see, he's going to be able to go for the HP power. I easily kind of eat it with the Ayachi Berry. But now see here, now he knows that Stone Edge is going to kill me. He's leftovers, by the way. He's not any Resist Berry like I thought he was going to be. He's going to switch into Mega V, so I do get a crit. Does not make up for that at all. I know he's going to Mega here and probably just go for a Leech Seed or something. I'm just going to get up Rocks. He puts my Garchomp to sleep. Not the greatest thing. And he's just going to go for Synthesis on Switch. And pretty much after that, Stone Edge missed this game, devolves, and goes straight into Toge's court. I'm going to go for Brave Bird there. Maybe he would stay in. I don't know. That miss was honestly just very depressing for me, as you can see, because Alright, I'm just going to get back. I'm going to go into the top of Coco. He's going to go straight into the Thunderstone. I did go for Thunderbolt there. Granted, I thought he would just sack off the Bronzong, try to see if I was choiced. And I'm just going to go sack off Garchomp here. Because Garchomp is asleep, it's useless, it missed the Stone Edge, and it's outlived everything. So, goodbye Garchomp. If that Stone Edge would have killed earlier, I still would have had a near full health Garchomp with Yachi Berry intact, and I most likely never would have been put to sleep, or it would have never been brought down, and it would have never been brought down to half HP that quickly, and would have stayed around more for the game, which would have been very useful considering the fact that it does check Staraptor with it, a little bit with the Rough Skin. It helps with the Clefable, it helps with the Mega Venusaur. So that's one thing that Thundersteed did that I couldn't have done if the Stone Edge would have hit. Here, I'm just going to go into Alakazam because Alakazam is the most pressuring mon I can go out to on his team. I'm just going to go straight for a Psyshock. I don't want to pull any shenanigans. And he's just going to sack his Bronzong here to the expected Shadow Ball. I did think that he was going to switch into Weavile at one point, and I was going to click HP Fight him, but I decided against it. Or Staraptor, of course. And now here, I really have nothing to switch into the Staraptor after Garchomp died, so I'm just going to live the U-turn. I'm going to go for the HP Fighting, expecting the Weavile to come out on the Psyshock. But he does go straight into the Clef. I'm going to go into my designated Clef counter, Crobat, as he does set up a Calm Mind. And scouting for the Haze, he actually does switch out as I go for Haze, which puts a lot more pressure on me now. A lot of pressure that I would have had if the... So I'm not trying to sound like a broken record here, so I am a little, but the Stone Edge was very big. Another thing, Mike Pence is dead on Switch because I have nothing else to switch into this thing. And here I'm just going to go into Mienshao, go for the U-turn. I'm going to go straight into Alakazam and sack it because now it's outlived its usefulness. Alakazam still probably would have been around if Stone Edge would have hit. Maybe would have never even lost his sash. You never know. I'm going to go straight for a Hyper Voice here. Specs Hyper Voice. I'm going to 2-hit KO the Mega Venusaur, which is really nice. So, hashtag 950, I guess. And now he just goes into Staraptor and kills my everything. I'm going to sack the Crobat here to a Double Edge. And I'm going to go straight into Scarf Mienshao. And I just go for an HJK and kill this because I have nothing else to do with my life. So I'm just gonna go HJK against Clefable. Hope I can get like a super mega crit. Does not happen. And then I'm just going to send in the Heliolisk. Hyper Voice barely doesn't kill. So we do live from Moonblast. We get to fire off another Hyper Voice, but then Weavile gets to come in, get a kill, and that will be the game. So, in all due respect, that was a very good game, Toge. I did talk to him after the game. The Stone Edge miss was very unfortunate. For me, it definitely was very game defining. I believe. I'm not like trying to bash on Toge or sound like really salty, but it really was, at least in my opinion. If you want to say something else, by all means leave a comment down below. I probably will see it. But yeah, that's the game. We are now 2-4 -8, I believe. Hopefully we can get a win after this. Congratulations to Toge though. He did play very well. I thought my prep was pretty decent, but I guess it wasn't. Alright guys. Make sure to go check out Toge's channel below. He's a very cool guy. His channel link will be in the description below. Make sure you guys beat up that like button, leave a comment in the comment section below, and subscribe to the channel if you guys want to see more MPL Chicago Bewears content. And if you want to see more MPL content, make sure to go subscribe to the MPL channel, which will also be in the link in the description below. Get Hacks the God from NYC out.